Welcome everyone, Dr. Thor here. Get ready for Gnosis. Well, some more vintage practical tools. It's amazing what is made out there, particularly from the past. Well, as you can see from the coloring of this is from 1969, kind of the mod look of Peter Max at that time. Really cool, and guess who this metaphysical occult product is made by? Shocking. Mattel. So it just shows you how big this was back in the 60s. Here's the side of it. It's kind of like a book, a large book, and it's really nicely done. It's a kit put together, and somebody had a great idea here. So it's the Mystique Palmistry, and of course this is a palm reading kit. So, hands up with Mattel Mystique Palmistries. It's time to discover. Are you romantic? Are you brainy? Etc. Check the heart line, how romantic you are. Are you brainy? Check the headline. So there are different things. And of course, they have not only in this line, they also have astrology and foretell cards. I believe I have those kits as well. Now this goes back, you're talking about over 50 years now. It's amazing. So it was this nice little kit, and of course it snapped together here. You open it up. These are, this is something you're going to use a fair amount, so you don't really want to have it in that awkward game way. Boxes of games tend to be, board games tend to be awkward and big. So where do you store them? They get stuck up in closets and not used. So this is like a book. Now, here we go again with and they have a very unique system here, which is really cool again. And here's the book, map in your hand. It has all sorts of ways of using it. Obviously, I'm not going to go into all this because it becomes, we could be here for hours showing you how to use this. But again, these pop up. Sometimes we have them. Check the links down below if you want to buy one yourself. We may have one of these. As I said, we try and actually find these things in mint condition or otherwise, and so that we can offer them to people. So it's a really good, and it shows you in great detail exactly how everything works. I mean, it's really a sophisticated, while it's easy to use, it's sophisticated in terms of the information here. I mean, this is a very thorough and complete course on palmistry, how you can use it with some really nice extras. And I'm going to show you those extras right now. I'm trying to figure out, do they have a picture of it in here? I thought I saw it in here a wee bit ago. Because what you basically do here, which is quite cool. Okay, where was that now? How interesting. Is they have these charts here. Now this opens up. And you lay these over your hands here. How is that for instant reading? How cool is that? You lay it over your hand here. It shows you exactly where your lines are. You just kind of line this up, and you're able then to give yourself quite a reading. Very quick, very fast. Here's another one you do the same thing with. You have to line everything up. It's hard to do this with only one hand holding it. But how cool is that? Has all sorts of these little, you get a whole pad of this so you can use it as a score sheet. Like everything, they kind of offer it as a game. They're trying to make it fun. You can do this for your friends, everybody else that's in there. But you get these two transparencies here. Ultra cool, people. Ultra cool. All of this 1969 when people were normal. and who are exploring the realities of the real world, not the fake comic book church worlds and the idiot politicians and dumb bunkers and stupid skeptics who just want to tell us we're nothing but meat puppets. And we can't be explained. This is all superstition. Yeah, is that right? Do our hands have all these marks in it just for practical? They aren't even practical. And what do they do on your hand? Nothing. This is here as another mystery to guide you in life. And there were enlightened times, and I'm still amazed of how many what you could call metaphysical things are in toys in general, and how people are making dolls and figures, which are wizards, and all the type of things that go into that. I'm always still pretty well shocked of how much of that stuff is still out there. And of course, see how nice this is? It opens up. These little plastic cases to keep everything in good condition. That's why everything in here is mint. Let's look at that book again here. Look at the great illustrations here. I mean, it makes everything very, very clear and easy to understand. And there are pages after page of these very clear drawings that are in here. And it shows you how to use the scoring and everything else. Very, very fascinating. Why buy books? I mean, you know, I always look for fun stuff. I mean, there's a lot of books on palmistry out there. You can pick them up at secondhand stores, get them probably for a couple of bucks. And there are a lot of them out there. And they're all a little bit different. They all have some interesting systems. But I try and get stuff that's as fun as possible and something different. You know, having a chart like this. Now, we just showed you another kit that actually had little pieces you put in a mold to kind of match your hand. I mean, how cool is that? So this again is cool. And, you know, I don't believe this, and, you know, Mattel, particularly back in the early 70s and late 60s, made a lot of things for adults. They even had a horse race little computer, a calculator that would help you with horse racing. I don't know if they ever got into biorhythms or not, but these were not made for kiddies. This isn't toys. This is a tool that was made to sell to adults. You can see that this certainly isn't appropriate for a child. So don't be confused. But Mattel is a very good company, very credible, makes high quality products. And this is one of those that they made back in 1969. And we can see here how this clips together here. I don't know if I can quite do it here with one hand, but it has a little snap here. So you got this great thing that you turn into. Can't really get it right now with one hand, but it turns into this nice little kind of book thing. You put on a bookshelf, something you can grab easy and show to people, unlike, as I said, board games, which are awkward and get stuck up in closets and nowhere. But this is set to be used that way. Everything is in there that you need in that kit, so you can put this in a nice place. And needless to say, it's pretty attractive as well. And if you're into that vintage mod look, what was it? Peter Max was huge back then. I don't think anybody even know who Peter Max is. I read some strange things on him that I don't know if he's still alive, but supposedly went insane. Was it the colors? So how cool is this, people? Nobody comes close. Of course, there are, as I said, lots of books, some interesting stuff, but here we go. This is what was on the department store shelves back in 1969, where everybody could consume it, where everybody saw it, and all of these sold fairly well back then. And of course, the reason why we have so many things on tarot, pendulums, palmistry, all of this is because of this birth at this time. And these things are now within our culture because of that. And it was all because of the late 60s to middle 70s experimentation in all these areas. But, it died out. I was not involved even in my teen years in high school with much of this. It was, so I don't know how much was out there, but it's the same old story. A certain group of people are always involved in things, and others just miss the boat. And that's really something. Were you exposed to it? I initially was exposed to a lot of yoga and Eastern philosophy, which was big, TM, meditation. This is how I got started in most of this stuff and then branched out. But here we go, people. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe, and do check down below to see if we have any of these in stock that we're selling. And you can certainly go over to our Psychic Tool page, which we have all sorts of classic and vintage items, as well as the modern items that we have designed and offer today. It's really the secret of all secrets. It's a fantastic opportunity to empower yourself, and we're the only ones doing it. Lots more to come. Stay tuned.